Thanks for listening to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah. Not just naming things in the room.
Oh my god.
There's a cult of ghosts.
Welcome to Middle Aged and Mediocre Reviews, and today, just by happenstance, we did not plan this. Like I say, we did. We are going to review.
I did plan it. Actually.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Well, good job.
Thank you. Surprise!
We are going to review Halloween
Surprise!
3, Season of the Witch on its 40th anniversary.
Oh, good.
We are recording this on October 22nd, 2022, and Halloween 3, Season of the Witch came out 40 years ago to the day.
I was 3 years old.
We did the math. I was not alive yet.
And they talk about 3-year-olds in the movie. The one lady at the hotel, her 3-year-old mask thing fell off. The thing fell off her 3-year-old's mask.
And spoiler alert, kids die.
Yeah.
Pretty risky move for
Yeah, I didn't remember that part. I was waiting for the kids to all turn bad and then do, but they nope.
So this movie is 40 years old. We still will say spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
I mean, if you guys haven't seen it yet,
I don't remember any of it. I remember maybe trying to watch it, certain parts of it, but certain aspects of it.
So let's go ahead and get the main gripe everybody has with this out of the way.
No tits.
No tits.
Man.
Were there not?
Was there? Yeah, there was, probably.
Isn't the one girl?
You see the one guy's butt, too.
You see Tom Atkins' butt.
And he puts that dirty dick right back into his pants.
Yeah.
No underwear or anything.
He just
that dirty dick. And I'll get into that some more. That's not the first time last time we're going to talk about that guy's dick.
So this Halloween movie does not have Michael Myers in it. I mean, he technically is in it. They're showing Halloween on TV. When Tom Atkins' character is in a bar.
Are they?
And they're showing Halloween, so you see Michael Myers coming down the stairs. That's a scene from the movie.
I fell asleep during this, so it may have been when I fell asleep.
So the deal with this movie is...
I can't go back and watch it again, okay? I was asleep for 10 minutes, maybe. I got the gist.
The deal is John Carpenter, who made the Halloween 1 and 2.
Yeah, classics.
Yeah. His original plan
Imagine a world where they just stopped making Halloween movies after those two.
Amazing. Honestly, we didn't even need the second one.
Yeah, but the second one's good. It's actually a good sequel, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Because it stands alone in its own movie, too. It doesn't really need the first one.
Yeah, but the Halloween series should have ended at 2.
Yeah.
We didn't need it anymore.
Nope. Sorry, Busta Rhymes.
We didn't need H2O. We didn't need
Sorry, Josh Hartnett. Sorry, Paul Rudd. Isn't Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd's in,
his first movie.
He's
was
in part 5,
I
think. Yeah, part 5. I think 5 or 6.
Yeah. LL Cool J.
He's in.
He was in
Resurrect.
One.
No.
I think H2O too.
H2O.
No, one of them. He's the guy out at the security shack.
I think that's H2O.
All right. Tyra Banks was in one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a B celebrity roster.
So, John Carpenter's whole thing was he wanted the first Halloween. He wanted the original plan for Halloween was to be an anthology series. So every Halloween movie would take place at Halloween, but would be a different Halloween story, different story.
So kind of like what Paranormal Activity did. That's kind of where
sort of, yes.
But I guess all those are kind of strung together
connected.
Too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So sort of, but not
These
really.
These are supposed to be.
Just tell me no.
All different stories.
Yeah. Okay.
Taking place at Halloween, different themes of Halloween. So after the success of Halloween 1, though, the studio wanted Halloween 2.
It's like they like the money.
They love money.
They love
it. So
they're like, enough with the ideas. Let's get some money.
John Carpenter agreed, but his thing was, I'm going to kill Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
And they do. In the second movie, those two are dead. Fire explosion happens. You see Michael Myers burn to a crisp.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis burns up too. That should have been the end of Michael Myers. So after the second one, John Carpenter's like, okay, we'll do the third one, and now we're going to get back to what we wanted to do, which is tell different Halloween stories. Looking back on that was a bad idea. When everyone went to see Season of the Witch, I don't remember, like, I wasn't alive, so I don't know what the trailers were, but clearly there's no Michael Myers. I don't know how they sold it.
There's, like, some parts where, like, one of the robot men, like, step in the frame, like, halfway. So I wonder if they could, like, show that real fast in the trailer. I mean, I haven't seen trailers for it either. But, I mean, just the music and, like, some of they do the point of view from some of the robots and stuff. So I think
there could have been some. Yeah. But this was not well received. Everyone hated it because there was no Michael Myers in it, and it was a Halloween movie.
They called it Halloween 3. They should have called it, like, Tales of Halloween.
It should have just been Season of the Witch.
Yeah. Tales of Halloween, Season of the Witch, not Halloween 3. Like, Halloween 3 makes you think, like, it's the third one with Michael Myers.
So as soon as this kind of bombed, 10 years later, they went back, and we got Halloween 4.
And they haven't stopped making them since.
And honestly, Halloween 4 even ends... like in a way that should have wrapped up the series because it ends with Danielle Harris's character.
Is that the one where there's like a cult or something?
No, that's 5 or 6.
I can't even keep these things straight.
It's the Thorn.
It's like my kids. I'm like, who are you again?
What are you, number 4? But like at the end of 4, Danielle Harris's character, she's a little girl, and she's standing there dressed up as a clown and holding the knife. So, like, it would have been a good, like, all comes full circle.
Yeah, no, she's the next.
And we could have been out.
Shape.
But, nope. The series has been constantly rebooted and sequels and just, it's... You can go back and listen to our Halloween Ends review if you want to know how we feel about how it's all going. So, let's just get out of the way. No Michael Myers in Season of the Witch.
Myers.
Instead, Season of the Witch takes place on Halloween... 8 days before Halloween.
8 more days till Halloween. 8 more days till Halloween.
Silver Shamrock.
So
to the tune of London Bridge, because that was free. What's it called? Public domain.
That's the best part of that movie. Are those fake ass commercials?
And apparently those commercials were made with like the theater release in mind. So. Like, seeing it on the big screen, like, the way they do the flashing and everything, like, it was kind of meant to fuck with you a little bit.
Melt me.
So, but yeah.
Melt me into a pile of bugs and snakes.
This came out in 1982. The gist here, we opened...
Hey, that was 40 years ago.
40 years ago. We opened with a dude named Harry Grimbridge, and he is holding one of this jack-o'-lantern mask, and he's being chased by this dude in a suit.
Yeah.
Harry Grimbridge... owns like a toy store, and he's discovered something. He ends up being taken to the hospital where we meet Tom Atkins' character, Dr. Daniel Chalice, who is
the fucking worst.
An alcoholic.
He's the fucking man whore, womanizer.
Yeah, no,
but he's a doctor.
Not a good dude.
Why the fuck would you write a character like this?
Also, like, why is the doctor investigating?
Yeah.
Like, remember...
Because a young lady comes by.
Yeah, so the daughter of Harry comes by to identify the body, and I checked, there was a 24-year age difference between her and Tom Atkins.
Oh, my God.
She plays Ellie Grimbridge, and the two decide that there's something going on here because the guy Harry is killed in the hospital room.
Yeah, his skull got separated.
Yes,
split skull syndrome.
And then the killer, wipes his glove off on the curtains.
Sure.
For no reason whatsoever, only to be like, look, blood.
Yeah, you don't want to have dirty, bloody gloves before you walk to your car, pour yourself in gasoline, and then blow yourself up.
Yeah, you definitely don't. No, you want to get rid of that evidence.
I mean, there's no fingerprints because you're wearing gloves.
Right.
But still.
But we want to show
Could you imagine
blood.
the mess if your gloves were bloody and you blew yourself up?
Right. Oh, my God. You would go to prison.
Wipe them.
They'll know it was you.
His mama taught him.
They'll know it was you. It turns out,
and the doctor saw this.
The doctor sees this. He kind of tells Ellie, like, there's something going on, more to this, So they start to investigate. They go to the town of Santa Mira, California, to investigate the Silver Shamrock
Factory. The guy was
factory
clutching a mask
that was made by the Silver Shamrock factory.
And that's why when he was in the hospital, they couldn't get out of his hand. And...
Yeah. And the Silver Shamrock company is ran by a man named Connell Cochran. And apparently this is a very successful novelty factory. They make masks and toys.
But
they're doing well.
Yeah. The toys are all like really old toys.
Really old, like cheap novelty
like they
toys.
just wind up.
Yeah.
Shitty.
So while they're instantly there's something about Halloween movies where a character meets another character and they immediately want to fuck.
But normally it's teenagers.
In this one, Dr. Daniel Chalice and Ellie is just DTF.
Like, after absolutely no flirting, there's no chemistry between them. They're just in the hotel. He's like, I'll go sleep in the car.
And she's like, would you rather sleep somewhere else?
Yeah. She's like, don't you ask me that, Miss Ellie.
And then you might as well just cue porn music at that point.
But he has kids with a lady, and
I
can't tell if they're together or not, but he treats her like shit.
No, that's his ex.
He's like flirting with the DNA
the nurse
specialist.
Yeah, which... Why
it sounds like they've been out to dinner a few times.
And she works in the hospital. The whole thing is why do they not make him like a cop?
Yeah.
They clearly wanted this to be like a cop.
Because he's talking to some scientists that are like examining the blown up pieces of the car for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, like a forensic scientist. I did not know the hospitals had such a big part in investigative.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's easy. It's right there. Like, oh man, good thing it blew up right here.
So we start to figure out that so they go to this hotel room. There's another hotel guest, and she's in town. She's buying masks.
Luckily, she likes to talk.
She loves to talk.
She especially loves to talk to main characters in movies.
And she discovers on the back of the mask, like the Silver Shamrock label, has a microchip in it. And when she goes to remove it, it shoots a beam into her face.
Laser face!
And just blows her face up.
Fuck yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will say, this movie has some pretty awesome deaths.
Yeah.
Kind of the effects and stuff are really good. But the Silver Shamrock Company shows up and kind of takes her off.
Yeah, she's fine. We just cover her face with a blanket. That's what we do.
And we're taking her to the factory. We're the best medical team. Why does the rundown factory have a...
He's like, I'm a doctor! That's when he pulled his friggin' pants on. He's laying in bed naked with the girl, and he just gets up and just pulls them pants right up.
Yeah, and where did she get lingerie from? Ellie, they're in a hotel where
her dad just fucking died. They're going to investigate her dad's death. She's like, I better bring some lingerie.
Yes. Yeah, and they even say, because the hotel manager is, moving their bags for him.
Yeah. And
he's like, oh, you guys travel light. And she's like, oh, yeah, we're very good at this or whatever. They're pretending to be husband and wife.
Yeah.
So they didn't plan for, But I don't know if she went into town.
Maybe she just always keeps that thing.
Or she just always keeps some lingerie, just in case.
That's how every moment she dresses. It's for her. She wants to feel sexy. That's her right.
That is her right.
It just worked out this time.
It's just...
sometimes I wear women's... okay.
So they end up... we find out that the men in suits are robots.
Yeah, they are. Emotionless. They sneeze, though. They're programmed very well.
Do they sneeze?
In the elevator, one sneezes, and he's like, I thought of everything. Old Cockburner, or whatever his name is.
So it turns out that the gimmick here is that Connell Cochran is trying to take things back to...
This is so ridiculous.
The old days. The origins of Halloween, Samhain, which I've never understood how they took the word Samhain and it's spelled Samhain. It's Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain, which I don't understand how that translates. But anyways, so he's wanting to, because back in the day, Halloween was all about human sacrifices and things. So he's orchestrated this plan to all these masks. There's a witch mask, a skull mask, and a pumpkin mask.
Yeah.
And they're the hot sellers. Every kid has one, it looks like.
These are the commercials.
Well, yeah. And the plan is that each mask has a microchip.
The doctor's kids has them.
Yeah, everybody has
Dr.
one.
Dirty Dick.
Every kid in the world has one.
Dr. Dirty Dick's kids has these masks.
Old Dr. Dirty Dick. And each mask contains a fragment of a piece of Stonehenge. That Colin Cochran...
I think this is where I started to wake up to. And I was like, what
is happening?
Is Michael Myers in this movie yet?
And they keep, saying, like, make sure you stick around at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
for the big giveaway.
It's going to be on all 3 channels.
Yeah, all 3 channels.
Wow!
40 years ago seems awful.
Yes.
You guys had 3 channels.
Yep.
And all 3 were going to be airing the big giveaway. And, that's what the song keeps advertising. So they're going to want all the kids buy their TVs at 9 p.m. after they get done trick-or-treating. And we see what's going to happen because they bring in a guy that has sold the most masks. And he gets brought to the factory for a tour. And it's
his wife and
him
child.
And his wife and kid. And they get taken to a special little room.
And the doctor's on this tour, too. The doctor and
Ellie have...
Yeah, they're still pretending to be...
Yeah. Even though I think old Cockburn knows that there's something up with them.
Yeah.
But because there's cameras all over the town. This is like a company town. So, like, the Shamrock Company owns everything, basically. There's the men in suits everywhere, lurking. They're killing people.
Yep.
They kill, like, a homeless guy. By, like, I don't know why they chose this camera shot, but like
just ripped his head off.
Well, they do it though with like he's on his knees, and they've got a robot guy on each side of him, and then the camera pans out, so it kind of looks like they're just banging his head, like with the penises.
Oh yeah.
But they actually just rip his head off.
So that's what you see.
That's what I saw.
Is 2 penises.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I saw.
Okay.
Looks like a weird little sex game going on.
How does that make you feel?
I was just like, you'd get your head ripped off.
You weren't like Lucky Him?
No.
Okay.
No, because they were robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not into the...
robot dicks.
I'm not into the robot orgies.
You need that main vein.
So they take the highest seller guy and his family, they put him in this little room that's like set up like a normal living room, and they give the kid like a special, like his own pumpkin mask, and they put him in this room. And the song starts to play, and the advertisement starts showing, and all of a sudden the kid kind of like just drops to the floor, and the mask is like crushed his skull.
Yeah.
And there's snakes and bugs
crawling out of him. Where do they come from?
Stonehenge.
Like the kid melts a little bit.
The couple freak out.
But they see it because the guy that runs the factory is like, oh, you can't have this mask. It's not finished yet.
Yes.
We haven't sent it to our special finishing.
Final processing.
He's like, what's the final process? He's like, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, but it is labeled.
Yeah.
With a giant...
This is right there. If anyone wants to go there to watch this test we're about to do.
That was the most cartoonish thing of the whole movie, I thought, was the giant final processing sign. Like, it was very...
the secret...
It was very Austin Powers-ish.
Yeah.
Like, I could just imagine, like, them looking for it and being like, we don't know where it's at.
Where can the final processing place be? This place is huge!
It is a hell of a factory. So then the snakes and stuff end up killing the mom and dad, too.
That's what it is. I thought, I mean, if you're at home, they couldn't get out of the room. But if you're home, you can get out of the fucking room. You can just walk out the front door. Yeah, still sucks your kid's dead. Yeah. You're like, okay, see you later, snakes. Or you jump up on the couch.
I mean, the main goal here is to kill all the kids.
Yeah.
So...
But he had all these, they're the number one sellers, and they had all these masks. Like, he thinks they're going to sell fucking next year after all these fucking kids die from watching their commercial.
There was quite a bit of overstock.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they were going to ship all these out because Halloween was the next day.
Yeah.
And they're still fucking pumping out masks.
Boxes and boxes.
So they're putting it on next year. They're going to kill all the kids this year. And everyone's going to be like, well, we don't know what it is, but we're going to keep buying these masks.
But these masks are awesome.
Yeah. Sure, everyone died when they played that commercial.
So, the DNA forensics lady back at the hospital, you kind of figure out that she's figured out that they're robots.
Yeah,
I think
she's like, this doesn't belong in a car.
Yeah, but I don't.
It's like, oh, you're a car expert now.
But by the time she realizes that one of the men in suits is there, and he like takes a drill and she's dead.
Yeah.
Drills her head.
You see what
camera.
Bob, whatever,
Joe
said?
Bob
Yeah, you
Briggs.
see Joe Bob talking about that?
He hates this movie.
Do you see what he said about that scene?
I don't
like
know.
I just saw where they like tweeted today. I laughed.
What'd he say?
I just how he's like didn't even make a noise. It didn't spot the blood.
Well, they don't show they zoom off of it.
He doesn't like it.
Well, I guess the original script, they had the dude that did Gremlins, Joe Dante.
Yeah.
They had him originally as the director.
It was a good movie.
I love Gremlins.
Yeah.
But they had him as the original director, and he was like, "Yeah, no." he wanted out. So John Carpenter kind of stepped in, and they got Tommy Lee Wallace to direct it. But I guess the original script was more like psychological horror, and the studio was like, we need a lot more blood.
Yeah.
So, like, even the more blood thing, though, they don't show much of, like, the drill. They don't show it happening, really. Like, you see the back of the guy.
When they rip the head, and, like, it's nothing.
So you see the blood splurt up.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So,
I felt like they didn't have Michael Myers, but that's basically what all the robot guys were.
Yeah.
Like, they would step in the frame like him. They're emotionless.
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's like, we're not going to have Michael Myers. We're going to have people that think, like, man, too bad they don't have Michael Myers. Like, they should have at least had his mask, maybe, like, wrapped it together that way.
Now, do you think that would have made it better if, like, Dr. Cochran had, like...
had all these robot guys wear those masks.
Had made a bunch of Michael Myers.
That's all you got to do. Fucking time machine. Let's go back and make Halloween 3 the best fucking movie.
I think somebody could easily just CGI Michael Myers mask onto all the robots.
Dude, fucking do that!
I can't. Somebody can.
Fuck, dude, that would be the coolest movie. It was a bunch of fucking Michael Myers out there.
Robot Michael Myers.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of them still get killed, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, Michael
there's
now
more
just gets his
them.
ass whipped.
Yeah, there's more of them. Yeah, Michael Myers was just a robot dude.
So
Damn.
Ellie gets kidnapped and taken by the guy. She finds her father's car on the factory grounds.
Oh, I think I did fall asleep more than once because I remember I woke up and then like she was a robot. Spoiler.
Yeah. So the Dirty Dick Doctor.
I'm really listening to what you're saying is happening because I need to know.
Dr. Dirty Dick. He
his dick is so dirty.
They take him into a room and they put a mask on him. They're going to.
They're like, someone wash that dick. I can smell it through his pants. Well, I'm a robot. Why are you making me smell? Why do I have to be this realistic? Damn you, Cockburn!
I just want to die. Either make me a human or a robot. Pick which one you want.
I'm aware of his dirty dick.
But he ends up getting his hands free. And
of course he does.
Yeah, of course he does. He takes the mask off.
They're fucking covered in pussy juice, that guy.
Throws it on the camera. And he escapes, and he gets Ellie.
Yep.
And they find the room where like the technicians are.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
And he figures out that the way the way he defeats all of this is he grabs a box of the microchips.
Make it rain, bitch.
And he just makes them rain all over everybody. And he programs the song to start playing.
Yeah.
So when it starts playing and everything, all the lasers start shooting out.
Yeah, laser beams.
Dr. Cockburn, or the Cockburn guy, he like applauds him because he's defeated him, I guess. And then Stonehenge like absorbs him.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah.
I think
I fell back asleep. I don't remember that. I remember waking up and watching him making it rain. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this movie even doing?
So,
and I think my body shut down. I don't think I fell asleep. I think my brain was like, okay.
We can't handle this.
It's been a week. Like, this is just shut down.
Are you a robot?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like one.
So Ellie and the doctor escape. But Ellie is, he thinks that he's gonna go try to like save the world now.
Well, they're gonna fuck first. Let's prioritize.
Let's pull over real quick. Let's bang this out.
Yeah, you don't just defeat an evil corporation without fucking first.
Turns out Ellie's a robot.
So
she tries one last time to kill the doctor.
So was Ellie a robot the whole time, or did they replace her when she was kidnapped?
I think they replaced her when she was kidnapped, I think.
Okay. So she doesn't come back later in the movie.
But I don't understand why she'd be tied down.
Yeah.
If she, once they made her a robot, just like...
Let her be like, oh, here, I'm out. Well, they want Dr.
We gotta have the, the feeling of, like, he won.
Yeah. So they don't show Ellie later.
Yeah, well, once she's in the car. Oh, yeah, I mean, I assume she's dead.
Okay.
I assume,
after he kills the robot one, like the human one.
Yeah, I assume the human one's dead.
Okay.
Because
I was totally awake for the whole thing, but I was just making sure.
No, I assume they killed her and made her a robot.
Okay, good.
Or they, made a robot Ellie.
Yeah.
Or they used her, like they put robot parts in her. I don't know what they did.
Yeah. We'll have to go back and fix that when we put the Michael Myers on there.
But, like, even after, like, so he crashes the car into a tree.
Yeah.
And it, like, rips her arm off that she's holding onto the door. But then, like, he gets out of the car, and her armless body's there.
Yep.
And it attacks him. So he takes a tire iron and, like, smashes her face with it.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, it knocks her head off. But then the body keeps coming for him, and then the hand keeps coming for him. So it's just like, okay,
so why didn't he just send those out for fucking Halloween?
Yeah,
send all these robots
like a
out
way
to kill
better.
everybody.
Yeah. So he makes it to a phone, though.
The same gas station.
Same gas station that the first guy made it to.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool little touch, I thought. Because that guy was obviously ran from the factory. And the gas station's the first place.
Yeah. He makes the phone call to the TV station that controls all three channels.
He can't prove it.
He's just saying. No,
he's hysterical. He's hysterical as all get out.
Yeah, and he's saying, you got to stop the commercial.
This is Dr. Dirty Dick.
You don't know who I am?
How old are you?
So he's watching the TV.
Because he asked the girl how old she is after he fucks her a couple times.
Yeah,
Remember
after.
that part? Yeah.
After.
He's like, how old are you? And she's like, don't worry. I'm legal.
Yeah, and he's like, well, okay.
This is Halloween. This is in the Halloween 3 movie.
Good enough for me.
So this guy will fuck anything that moves.
They end up. He sees two of the channels. They take the commercial off the airwaves, and then
he's like, all 3 channels.
The movie ends with him screaming for them to take the third one off,
but it doesn't.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah, that's what. Yep, I was waiting for that part.
Now, there's apparently the novel.
He tries to call his wife, like, don't let the kids watch television. And she's like, when are you going to come home?
She's like, are you ever going to give me money for these kids?
Yeah, you're drunk. They make her, I hate, like, how they make her and their dynamic.
So, yeah, we assume that he failed. We assume.
I like to think he failed.
Now, apparently there's a novelization of this movie.
Ooh.
And in it ends by saying that you can hear the death screams of millions of children throughout the country.
But the kid didn't scream. Well, yeah, but it's the book, though.
Yeah. Okay. So in the book, he gets 2 channels to cancel it, but the third one...
Then who the fuck's going to wear the mask the next year? You killed all the kids.
Well, and Cochran's dead.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I mean, even let's just say his plan worked, though.
Right.
Let's just say Cockburn's fucking plan worked, and all the kids watched all 3 channels right at 9 o'clock, and they all melted into the fucking floor, and snakes and bugs came out. And then, like, next Halloween, who's left to buy these fucking masks that you're still producing? Well, it's not a very good business plan, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, and what's supposed to happen? Like, so the curse, like, is he trying to bring back... I think he's trying to bring back, like, some demon.
Oh, so if all the kids die that way,
that might... Those are all the sacrifices.
Yeah, that might give, like, a demon this boner, like, he wants to come back.
Yeah.
All right.
Through Stonehenge.
Oh, through Stonehenge.
Apparently.
I didn't see that coming. I think I did definitely fall asleep during any and all Stonehenge talking to this movie. Or my body shut down. I still don't think I fell asleep.
So, yeah. So that's the movie. Stars Tom Atkins, was also in John Carpenter's The Fog. Stacey Nelkin plays Ellie Grimbridge. Everybody else in the movie is kind of... no, I don't really know if anybody else has, like, done anything. Dan O'Herlihy plays Connell Cochran.
Cockburn?
Very Irish name. He was in RoboCop 1 and 2.
Say that again.
Dan O'Herlihy.
No, what was the movie he was in?
RoboCop.
RoboCop. Okay, I thought that's what you said.
So like, when I think about this movie, the last time I watched this movie was probably a decade ago, and I watched it with a bunch of people, and I think that this is one of those movies that you have to watch with a bunch of people, where you're all kind of just, like, drinking and making jokes.
And you cheer whenever he fucks the girl that's way too young for him.
He fucks the girl.
And flirts with every other girl that comes within.
Yeah.
And may I ask, you're old enough, right?
Oh, I thought you were asking me if
No, like when you ask that.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand why that character but it was the 80s. They were like, not enough sex. Like, I know the girls whose dad just died and the guy can fuck.
The relationship between those two, completely unnecessary.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't need any of the hotel stuff with them fucking. It was so weird and just so out of
nowhere. Yeah, there's no point to it.
But I guess in the 80s it made sense. Like, you gotta have.
Yeah, they can't
it's a horror
two
movie.
People just can't work together.
Looking back, I still do love I love the masks.
I love the commercials.
The commercials. I love the intro, like with the. It's like an old DOS program making the pumpkin, or like maybe like an Atari game looking looks very 80s. So yeah, I mean, I do have I think nostalgia helps me like this movie.
Yeah.
More than watching it.
See, I have zero nostalgia for it because I don't really. I remember maybe trying to watch it and just knowing that Michael Myers wasn't in it. So maybe you didn't. I don't know. I feel like I always knew Michael Myers wasn't in this, and that's why I just never watched it.
Yeah, watching it again by myself, definitely didn't enjoy it as much as watching it with a group of people making jokes about it. So I would say...
So you stayed awake for the whole thing. Bravo!
I stayed awake for the whole thing.
Bravo!
There were times where I was like, can we just get on with the fucking movie? Like, I do not need to see more of Dirty Dick banging this girl.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It has no place in the movie. It made no sense whatsoever.
Pulls them pants right up.
Pulls them
Just
right
no
up.
underwear. And they're tight pants, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he buttons them pretty fast. I don't think he had very much to have to tuck away.
Oh, I don't even know if he had them buttoned. I think he just...
He was that, huh?
I think he just pulled those things right on up.
Stuck his head on out there. Hey, I'm in here fucking someone. Can you keep it down?
Yeah. Just the big old bare ass of Tom Atkins.
And let's not get into the psychological thing of a girl who just lost her fucking dad, who's your fucking age. You're probably older than her dad.
Now,
you're just gonna fuck her.
To be fair to Dirty Dick, as far as the movie goes, it's not like he was really trying.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was gonna sleep out in the car on the floor.
I mean,
she could have just slept in the bed. She could have been like, "You can sleep in the bed, and we'll, put pillows between us, and we'll be all right. We're adults." But she's just like, "Come on."
There was zero parts of the movie where he's being charming, and making her to where she's just straight up well, I know we're here because my dad's dead, and we're investigating this company.
Well, that's her right, though, too. But yeah, still, that's
her right. Movie. But she's like,
like I said, there's zero chemistry between the movie, so it's just totally unbelievable. Yeah. And it definitely it detracts from.
I would
the
love to fuck you. I know you're 24 years older than me,
but you are a doctor,
and you're a doctor who apparently, on the side has a side hustle as an investigator. Yep.
And just like to drink a little.
A little. So yeah, I mean, I still enjoy this movie. It's fucking weird. Probably looking back, it was a very bad idea to go ahead and call it a Halloween movie. They probably could, but then I don't know if anyone would have went to watch it. I do wonder that too. If they would have just released it as Season of the Witch, as its own thing, I wonder how it would have done. Because it bombed. This movie bombed. I
didn't realize they played the movie Halloween in the movie.
Yeah,
don't put a better movie in your movie.
He goes into a bar at some point, they're showing Halloween.
Yeah,
and he's
they should have at least tried to tie it together with Michael Myers, what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, anything they did, looking back on the movie, would have made just as much sense as what they did. So, to rate this one, I don't know. What do you out of 10?
I'd give it a 4.
A 4?
Yeah. That feels pretty generous. That feels right about where it should be for me.
So I'll give it a 5.
I mean, I like you said, the drill. Some of the deaths, I guess, were okay, but just the whole concept of it with the mask. The masks were cool, but then they just have a whole factory and you're mailing out more when Halloween's in there.
Because there is the scene where he's wondering, and he's trying to find Ellie in the factory.
Yeah.
And yeah, he does.
They're stacked to the ceiling.
There's just so many boxes left.
And it's tomorrow's Halloween. What the fuck? What
are you doing? Why did we make so many of these? Looking back at it though, I remembered, if you would have had me describe it without seeing it again, I thought there was so much more
Dirty Dick.
No, I didn't remember any of that. I thought there was so much more kids I thought it had a lot more to do with like him. I did not remember.
Yeah, going on with the one kid in the movie, and that's the one in the tour.
I didn't remember any of the.
His two kids are little bastards at the beginning for a scene.
I honestly didn't remember any of them like investigating, like the factory. I thought it was my recollection of it was like he finds out what's happening, and he's like trying to stop the town from like letting the kids wear the masks.
Yeah.
So I thought there was like way more like kids.
Yeah, but they didn't really actually find out towards the end.
Yeah.
They just investigating.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I love the mask still. I love the imagery of the movie. It's definitely more Halloween focused than the other. Like
yeah, because it's kids trick or treating.
Yeah. So yeah, not as good as I remembered it.
I mean, why not just set the timers and just like do that to the kids without the TV? I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, I think the commercial has to like the flashing.
Oh, the flashing. Yeah.
I think that has a connection with the mic. I don't know. I don't know how Stonehenge works.
Yeah, Cockburn, Stonehenge, no one knows.
So yeah, Halloween 3. If you're gonna watch it, definitely
watch it before Halloween ends. At least.
I would still put this above Halloween Ends or any of the. Really, honestly, any of the David Gordon Green Halloween movies, I like this more than those. I like it more than H2O, Resurrection.
No, you're crazy.
I like it more than Rob Zombie's movies. But the series should have ended with 2.
Yeah.
Should have been Halloween 1 and 2.
That's what we should build a time machine for. Not to fix 3, to make sure 3 never happens.
And leave Michael Myers alone.
Yeah.
Release this the Season of the Witch. Release it as its own thing.
There you go.
And see what happens.
Yep.
But if you're going to watch it, get a bunch of friends. Get some drinks.
Like people else.
If you have friends.
I watch everything alone.
Get some drinks. And just sit around and like make jokes.
Yeah.
And it's a much more enjoyable experience.
Take a drink every time Dirty Dick talks to a woman.
You'll be so drunk.
Like in a flirtatious way.
You'll be hammered.
Yep.
All right. So that's our review of Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Happy 40 years.
I'll never watch it again.
I probably will.
My body will shut down. My body will not let me.
If you ever are having some trouble sleeping.
Oh, there you go. Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's your Ambien.
I'm gonna watch it every night.
All right. I think that's all we can say about Halloween 3.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.